Ladies and gentlemen, NFL fans across the world, brace yourselves, because what just went down in Dallas isn't just a roster move, it's a full-blown franchise-altering earthquake. Yes, you heard that right. A star player for the Dallas Cowboys has just been cut effective immediately, and the move has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, stunned analysts on every major sports network, and left Cowboys Nation completely speechless. This isn't a rumor. This isn't speculation. This is a confirmed, cold, calculated, and incredibly drastic decision handed down by none other than Stephen Jones himself, the Cowboys' executive vice president and the man many are now calling the new face of ruthless NFL front office management. And make no mistake, this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet or some last-minute cap maneuver. This is a statement. A statement of power, of discipline, of culture shifting control coming from the Jones family, and the implications are absolutely massive. We're talking about a franchise that has been desperately clawing for relevance, prestige, and consistency over the past 2 decades, and now, right when the Cowboys seem to be building something special, boom, a grenade drops right in the middle of the locker room. Now you might be asking who got cut. Who is the star that was just unceremoniously shown the door in one of the most shocking front office decisions we've seen in years? Was it someone you had on your fantasy roster last season? Someone you've bought jerseys of? Someone the franchise was seemingly building around? The answer is not only surprising, it's explosive. Sources close to the organization have confirmed that tensions had been boiling for months now between the Cowboys front office and a high-profile player. This player, and again, we're withholding the name for just a moment to let the gravity of this sink in, had become a fixture in the Dallas identity, a name synonymous with hope, with highlight plays, with gritty on-field battles and off-field marketability. He wasn't just a player. He was a symbol. And yet, here we are. Cut. Removed. As if none of that ever mattered. And the person pulling the trigger? Stephen Jones, not Jerry, not the head coach, not the scouting department, but Stephen himself. And in a way, that's perhaps the most important part of the story. Because this isn't just a cut, this is a shift in power dynamics, a new era of Dallas football that's no longer about star worship, but system loyalty and ironclad discipline. Insiders are now speculating that this move is part of a larger pattern, one that's been building since the Micah Parsons trade earlier this offseason. Remember that bombshell? When the Cowboys stunned everyone by sending their generational defensive talent, a former first-round pick, a leader, a fan favorite, packing to Green Bay in a move that was described by some as insanity and by others as financially driven genius. That trade didn't just send shockwaves, it sent a message: no one is safe. And now, that message has evolved into a full-blown philosophy. The Cowboys, under Stephen Jones, are entering what many are calling a zero-tolerance era. That means no excuses for absences. No preferential treatment. No loyalty for loyalty's sake. If you miss team activities, if you rehab away from team facilities, if you fail to fall in line with the exact expectations being set by the front office, you're expendable. No matter your stats. No matter your contract. No matter what you've done in the past. And that's precisely what happened here. The star who was just cut had reportedly been pushing the envelope in terms of team expectations. Missed meetings. Rehab outside of team facilities. Contract disputes. Rumors of locker room tension. Combine that with a high cap number and suddenly, boom, the writing was on the wall. But no one thought they'd actually do it. No one thought Stephen Jones would go this far. And yet here we are. That press release came out like a lightning bolt from a clear sky. The player's name scratched off the depth chart. His locker cleared out. His agent reportedly blindsided. And his teammates? Shocked. Silent. Some angry. Some heartbroken. Some just staring at their phones in disbelief. And while fans are understandably panicking, searching for answers, demanding accountability, and flooding social media with everything from wild conspiracy theories to heartfelt tributes, the front office remained stone cold. No apologies. No explanations. Just a quiet, firm belief that this is what had to be done. That this was about the future, not the past. That sentimentality doesn't win championships. And maybe they're right. Maybe cutting this star is exactly the kind of tough love this team needed. Maybe it lights a fire in the locker room. Maybe it wakes everyone up to the reality that no one, not even the biggest names, are immune from consequences. But it's also risky. Deeply risky. Because if this move backfires, if the Cowboys start losing games and this decision is seen as a disruption instead of a culture fix, Stephen Jones is going to have a media storm on his hands like no other. His leadership will be questioned, his motives dissected, and the already fragile trust between the front office and the locker room could shatter into pieces. Meanwhile, former players and analysts are already taking sides. Some say it's about time the Cowboys took control, that the days of stars running the team are over. Others say it's a cold, calculated betrayal, that this player gave his heart to the franchise and deserved better. And then there's the bigger question: what does this mean for the rest of the roster? If someone this high profile, this talented, can be cut so abruptly, who's next? Is this the first domino? Will other veterans start looking over their shoulders? Will agents now advise their clients to demand guaranteed money up front or even avoid Dallas entirely? There are whispers now that the locker room is tense, that players are confused, even afraid. That trust is eroding. And that while some support the idea of a disciplined culture, others feel blindsided by how quickly and ruthlessly this cut went down. And let's talk about the fans. Cowboys fans are some of the most passionate in the NFL. They live and breathe this team. And for many, this player, this now former Cowboy, was a reason to believe. A jersey they proudly wore. A highlight reel they rewatched. A source of pride. And now, it's gone. With no fanfare. No farewell video. Just gone. Naturally, emotions are high. Some fans are defending the move, saying the team comes first. Others are in open revolt, flooding team social channels with angry comments, unsubscribing from newsletters, even burning jerseys. The backlash is real and it's growing. So where do we go from here? What happens next? Will the Cowboys double down on this new hardline approach? Will they find a replacement from within? Will they make a trade? Or could this all backfire spectacularly and send the team spiraling into chaos? One thing's for sure: the NFL world is watching. Every team, every coach, every GM, every player, they're all watching how Dallas handles this. Because this isn't just about one player. It's about power. It's about control. It's about the soul of one of the most iconic franchises in football history. And right now, that soul is at war with itself. Tradition versus transformation. Star power versus system. Sentiment versus strategy. And in the middle of it all, a single decision that could define Stephen Jones' legacy for decades to come. This isn't just a headline. This isn't just a news flash. This is a reckoning. And how it plays out could alter the trajectory of the Dallas Cowboys and maybe even the NFL forever. So now, the question is, was this the right move? Or a catastrophic overreach? Is Stephen Jones a visionary reformer ushering in a new era of accountability? Or is he an emotionless tactician who just tore the heart out of his own locker room? That's the debate. That's the tension. And that's why this story isn't over, not by a long shot. We'll be following every angle, every twist, every reaction. Because in Dallas right now, nothing is certain. And after today, one thing is crystal clear: no one is safe. Not even the stars.